Hello friends, we continue to keep track of Ukraine's liberation from Russian occupiers. And today I have plenty of interesting news for you, but let's go step by step. The armed forces of Ukraine continue to advance towards Tokmak. These attacks have been officially confirmed by the General Staff, but the enemy has heavily mined the area, making its swift progress difficult. This isn't the first assault, and significant advancements of several kilometers haven't been recorded yet. However, the battles continue and the Ukrainian armed forces are doing everything to advance to crucial positions. On the other hand, the occupiers try to halt the advance with artillery shelling, but no new counterattacks have been carried out so far. But before we move on, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell to stay updated on all the latest news. In the area of Velika Novosilka, on the contrary, the Russians are advancing today, launching attacks around Priyutne. The overall front line remains unchanged, but upon analyzing video footage from the Ukrainian armed forces, it appears that they have made some progress of about 1 kilometer, as previously claimed by the General Staff. The Ukrainian armed forces work in neutralizing the enemy on occupied territory is evident, striking targets up to 20 kilometers deep and effectively hitting all military objects. And in the Kherson direction, the occupiers persistently shell the entire front line, attempting to hit the Ukrainian armed forces positions on the left bank. However, this doesn't hinder the Ukrainian armed forces from holding their ground and responding with strikes immediately after the enemy's attacks. As a result, the occupiers suffer significant losses. Meanwhile, in the Avdiivka direction, the occupiers have been consistently deploying reserves and continue their offensive actions. Shelling around Avdiivka is ongoing, but no new offensive are being conducted. On the other hand, the Ukrainian armed forces is actively destroying enemy equipment in the Vodyane area. It seems that this southern flank is facing significant pressure from the Ukrainian armed forces. Furthermore, during the night, the Russian army shelled Avdiivka with cluster munitions. In total, overall the past day, the Russian army shelled 9 cities and villages in Donetsk region. And today I want to show you the situation in the Bakhmut direction on the geolocation map. Here you can see the high intensity of strikes from both sides, and this is based only in verified video footage. In reality, there are even more bombardments, and similarly, we can observe that the Ukrainian armed forces advancing over a short distance, but still making progress. This time there has been success in the Andriivka area. The offensive that the Ukrainian armed forces had been trying to halt for a long time seems to have been pushed back, and today there is active fighting for Klishchiivka, as the Ukrainian armed forces have practically taken it under their control. Similarly, in the Krymina direction, the occupiers continue their shelling. Although there are no reports of new offensives, careful examination of the geolocation map shows that they made a minor advancement of a few hundred meters recently, around Dibrova. One outpost was captured and no more. However, defense of the Ukrainian armed forces remain effective, as a large number of enemy vehicles doesn't guarantee them superiority on the battlefield. And in the Strelkov direction, the shelling continues, but there are no changes in the front line and no new offensive actions are being carried out. Moreover, in the Dvorichna direction, the offensive actions have stopped, as the Ukrainian armed forces effectively broke down all enemy groups that attempted to advance. Now the occupiers are waiting for new reserves for further attacks, and currently only shelling takes place. As for the consequences of the missile strike on Chernihiv region, one of the buildings of a local cultural center was damaged. Additionally, photos of the aftermath of the shelling of residential buildings on the outskirts of Konstantinivka in Donetsk region have recently been published. Early in the moment, the Russian army, according to the police, struck with the Grad multiple rocket launcher system. Rescuers are currently searching for people under the rubble of a house where 2 people were killed. According to the prosecutor's office, the deceased were a couple who were asleep in their home at the time of the attack. The response team is still working on site to deal with the attack's aftermath. It is reported that German military aid to Ukraine has been delivered. It includes 10 Leopard 1A5 tanks, 1,305 rounds of 155mm ammunition, 2,064 rounds of 155mm smoke shells, 16 Mercedes-Benz Zetros vehicles, 10 mobile ground surveillance radars, and more. And now let's move on to the most interesting news currently happening on Russian territory. Vladimir Putin held a meeting with the permanent members of the Russian Security Council. As of now, there are no details available, but something interesting seems to be unfolding. According to RBC sources, a search was conducted at Igor Strelkov's house by the investigative committee. His wife says that the former defense minister of the Donetsk People's Republic is suspected of extremism. Yes, it's the same Strelkov we all know. On Friday, July 21, law enforcement officers detained Igor Strelkov. This was reported by 2 sources in law enforcement agencies and confirmed by Strelkov's lawyer Alexander Molokhov. Law enforcement officers took Strelkov from his home at about noon. The investigative committee is conducting a search in his apartment. According to preliminary information, the detention was carried out at the request of a former Wagner PMC employee, according to RBC's Intercultural. According to another RBC source in law enforcement, the investigation is being conducted not by the investigative committee, but the Federal Security Service. Strelkov's wife Miroslava Roginska posted a message in Strelkov's Telegram stating that she wasn't at home when representatives of the investigative committee arrived. According to the concierge, she wrote that Strelkov was taken from home by the MPs. From acquaintance, I managed to find out that my husband was charged under Article 282 of the Criminal Code of the Russian Federation, which concerns extremism, the message said. Igor Strelkov was one of the leaders of the militia in Donbass in 2014. On August 14th, he was dismissed from the position of Defense Minister of the Donetsk People's Republic and hasn't been involved in military operations since then. And that's all for now. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.